Hey guys, so I got a request to do a binder organizational video, and so I'm going to do that today, and I'm also going to incorporate with this video some note-taking ideas. So this will probably be my last organizational school video for a while. I know this is highly requested, but this is a makeup channel, so I do want to focus a little bit more on my makeup, but I'm happy to help you guys since school is starting, and if you guys ever need a reference, just go back to these videos and watch them again, and let's get started. So there's a couple ways to keep your binder organized, and I have a couple, so I'm going to show you. The first one is very standard. Here's your binder, and when you open it, you see this. Now, these folders, you could have a paper, an occasional paper in here or something, but honestly, try to keep these folders as empty as possible. I usually just put my homework right here, and that's about it. Because the more this builds up, the more unorganized it is, and it just gets bleh. So, in the front, I always keep my loose leaf paper. This is my math notebook, and yeah, so I just keep my loose leaf paper. I have a syllabus here. After that, I keep all important major notes in the front with a loose leaf protector around them. So these are notes that I've carried over since last year, and I've just put them in a sheet protector and put them in the front where they're easily accessible. And then back here I have 5 tabs in which I have a section for each one, like notes, homework, warm-ups, things like that. And within there, that is when I put the individual piece of paper. I don't like having a section and then putting loose leaf sheet paper in there, like empty ones, just because you'll have a huge stack right here, like thick stack, and half of it won't even be stuff that you need. So I don't keep a bag in here holding my markers or anything. I just keep a bag inside my purse that holds all that in there. So that's one way that I organize my notebook. Another way is, example in this notebook, once again you open it and this is very clean, and I print off major notes and I put them all in I write on them and I put them all in loose leaf protectors, and I just keep it like that. So those are pretty much the 2 ways that I organize my notebooks. I always just have loose leaf paper in the front. Any important papers like a syllabus or any important notes that are going to help me throughout the whole year will go in a sheet protector up front, and then I always have 5 tabs holding the information that I need afterwards. So I always have organized my binders, and they always really work for me. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about a few note-taking ideas. If your teacher hands you any handouts, I always put those in a sheet protector. So for example, here's my Biology 2 notebook, and I've just put the handouts in a sheet protector here, and that just keeps it safe and keeps it neat, and it won't rip, obviously. And what I do is, I know some kids take a laptop to class and they type. I don't do that. I don't have a laptop. I have a desktop at my house, and I don't need a laptop right now. So instead, what I do is I write down my notes, and then when I get home that same day, I type up the notes on my computer. I do that because it helps me review what I've learned in class that day, and then I just throw away the notes that I wrote in class. I print out my actual notes. I put those in a loose leaf sheet of paper, and I save the document. So for example, the very first notes we had to take in class were lab safety in this class. Lab safety, lab cleanup procedure, first aid. I just typed it all up and I put it in a loose leaf sheet of paper. It only took up one side, so on the back I put out one of the teacher's handouts. Just utilize the space you have. And now that I've typed it up, I've already seen all this information at least twice, and I have something really neat and organized that I can study for my test. Another note-taking idea is something that might not be available to all classes. So if you're reading a textbook, this usually pertains to history. If you look on the front of your textbook, there might possibly be a link. If you go to that link, sometimes some websites put up PowerPoints, and it's called lecture presentations or class notes, things like that, and they're printable and they're for the students. So that's what happened with my AP US class this year. It was available to my AP European class last year, but I didn't take use of it, but I've changed my mind this year and I'm getting smarter. So what I've done is I printed out all the PowerPoints, And you don't have to print in color. This first section I printed in color. The second section I printed off in grayscale. That way I can just tell the difference between each section, and I just go back and forth. But I printed off the notes, and then I'll write as I'm reading the section, I'll keep along with the PowerPoint and I'll write additional notes that I might think is important. And I just do front to back. And this is really important because if you're taking a history class, whether it's college or in high school, if you're taking something that's kind of intense, you'll have a lot to read. I know every night I have to read 40 pages, and this minimizes the amount of writing I have to do so I can read more, and I can also focus on what's important. And if I think there's something that's kind of important as well, I'll write additional notes to it. Like, for example, I'll print off a whole page with like a graph on it. And here's a page where I just wrote tons of notes because I just thought there was really important stuff during that section. So that's another way you can take notes. Again, that is not available to all classes, and I understand that. But if it is available to you, then use it because it really is an important asset and it's really helpful. Now, when that isn't available to you, there is another note-taking strategy that I used last year during my AP European class. What it is take a notebook, a spiral notebook, and as you're reading, take notes on what you're reading. Now, this isn't on my AP European notebook. I threw that away a long time ago. I was happy to get rid of that thing. But just, you know what I mean. Just take the thing called paragraph notes. So pretty much what you do is when you read each paragraph, read a paragraph, and then find what's important within that paragraph and write down what's important. It is very tedious and it does take a while and does take a little bit longer. But honestly, that method is effective and it will work every time, especially if you're reading something like history. Another note-taking thing is something that I've been doing for English. So I'm taking AP Lit this year. And what I do is this is actually my AP Lit notebook, and I'll have a little notebook like this. And my actual class notebook looks like this. And I keep, the paper front, important things. But I mostly write in this, just mainly because I open it and I have all my symbols on one page. The next page I have things like foreshadowing, irony, illusion. In that class we go by works. So we focus on one book, we learn everything about that book, and then we move on to another book. So I have everything about that one book all within those couple pages, and then I can put a little sticky note at the top, one of those little thin ones, and that completes that book, and then we move on to another book. So I have them sectioned off, and I know I won't lose it. If you take a math course, that's also very helpful as well. I'm taking AP Calculus this year, and I haven't started a notebook for that yet just because she gave us handouts the first day of class, which I did put in a sheet protector. But this is my pre-cal honors book from last year, my notebook, and these have all my notes in it, and this is great because it helps me review, helps me find notes that I need for this year. And pretty much I write down the notes in class. I don't type these up because it's hard to type up. But for example, I'll have the title up top, like solving equations and factoring. And I'll have all these example problems on it. So it's great because you learn the layout of what you need to know. And then if you take a harder class next year and a course has to do with what you learned previously, you have a notebook that you can go back on and you can read. And for example, if you have to take homework with you somewhere, all you have to do is take this notebook because it has all your notes in it and a loose leaf sheet of paper and maybe your book. It's a lot easier to handle, and it just really is great for the long term because you can keep it for a while. That completes this video on notebook organization, and some note-taking tips. I hope this helped you. Like I said, this is probably my last school video for a while. I know you guys really like these videos, but I really have no other tips to give you. If I do find something, I will make a video on it just because I know you guys are interested in it. But like I said before, this is more of my makeup channel, so I want to refocus my channel back on makeup because a lot of my videos have been focused around school lately. And that's not a bad thing because school has just started. So there's new techniques that people need to be learning right now to learn in school. And I'm going to be taking some virtual schooling later, so maybe I might make something about that. Probably not, but you never know. So like I said, if I come up with anything, I'll let you guys know. If not, this might be my last one for a really long time. But I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys missed my organizational videos, just go back and watch them. I have like 7 of them. I made a lot of them, and I think they're very helpful, and many of you guys think that as well. So go back and watch them. They're all still good, and they're all still effective. I wouldn't tell you guys something that hasn't worked for myself. I hope you guys like this video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. And I want some tutorial ideas. I don't really have any idea of what I should do for these upcoming fall months, what kind of looks I should create. So please let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.